Hey guys, this is Getaway Driver 101, and today I'm going to be showing how to set up survival difficulty settings in No Man's Sky. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on play. So now we're just going to go ahead and click on new. From new, we have normal, which has larger inventories and very easy. It's not overly crazy, it's not too hard. Relaxed is a much easier mode, has a much larger inventory, little to no damage, little to no enemy encounter, just kind of run around. You can explore and do kind of whatever you want with relaxed mode. Similar to creative mode. Creative mode is just no cost, do whatever you want, build whatever you want, no cost to anything, whatever you buy, whatever you upgrade, everything. Survival mode is a mode where you have lower cost. When you die, all your technology from 1 through 4 will be damaged, so only 1 through 4 technology will be damaged and will be randomized through the inventory. You can have 4 of 4 be damaged, but it's very rare that that happens, and it's mainly just 2 and 2 or 1 and 1. It's just basically how it is. But normal mode is kind of what you want to go for, or relaxed mode if you're a noob. Survival mode is suggested if you want to enjoy a much harder difficulty. If you want to try permadeath, you're going to go to custom. From here, you're going to decide how you want to play. You can choose your survival elements if you want to create your own survival, but permadeath is save deleted. That's on the death consequences. From there, you're going to click save deleted, and then from there you're going to decide the rest of your setup for your permadeath. But that's if you want to try permadeath. Permadeath is only suggested if you want to enjoy the game at its full encounter. And when I say full encounter, means that you come across players. It's all PvP and PvE. You can set your PvP functions, and I'll show that in just a few minutes. But from here, you can decide how aggressive or how hard you want it, how easy you want it, space combat. You can choose quite a few different things. But note that in choosing these things, you have tutorial as well. With tutorial enabled, you will have to do the tutorial, and it will teach you how to play the game. Now, if you're new to the game and you want to enjoy the game in its full finest, I suggest a tutorial. But if you're somebody who's not big on tutorials and you want to skip them, I'll show that in just a few minutes. So now you're going to decide how you want to play with tutorial or not disabled, how you want your settings. From here, you'll just kind of double check everything, make sure everything's how you want it before you decide. Now with challenging, I do suggest challenging if you're wanting a more extreme playthrough. Standard if you want to kind of just destroy stuff. On challenging, enemies can be randomized 1 through 4 on technology versus standard, which is 1 through 4 as well, but very rarely to ever hit 4. Challenging just increases the chance of them having basically a guaranteed 1 through 4. So they could either have, if you have 3, they're going to have 3 of some kind. Does it mean it's going to be C, B, or A? Possible. So some of the enemies you come across are going to be very aggressive. From here, you'll choose your reputation type. If you click locked, once that is clicked, you cannot unlock your settings, meaning if there's anything you decide you want to change, you cannot change them. From here, we'll check out the other difficulty sets in just a minute. So as you can see, normal mode, we got full survival elements, survival difficulty standard. Everything else is mainly set to standard. As you can see that they're set to learnable, which is good. You got minimal and standard. As you can see, everything is just about standard. There's only one thing that I think is set to easy mode or minimal, which would be the one at the top. That's normal mode though for you. Normal mode is pretty well easygoing for those that want to enjoy a relaxed playthrough, but also enjoy the depth of the game. Survival mode is more for people that want to enjoy more experience in aggressive environments, maybe before they start playing permadeath. I do suggest permadeath if you like the hardest mode possible in survival games. But note, permadeath, when you die, everything's wiped. But survival, on the other hand, you die. Yes, your technology is damaged 1 through 4, guaranteed, and there is no gravestone, so you lose all your items. But you still get to decide how aggressive you want to make your survival. The only problem with this game is all the difficulties now share the same servers except for permadeath. So I suggest if you don't want to play in servers with other people that are playing on creative and things like that, I suggest playing permadeath. Permadeath is honestly the most away from everything else. It's away from all the other player servers, and it's completely separate in its own server cluster systems, like completely separate from everything else. Creative mode, normal mode, and relaxed mode, and survival mode all share the same cloud server. So from here, you'll be able to decide how you want everything. I'm just going to go ahead and reset everything real quick. So now I'm going to go ahead and decide how I want to do it. From here, I'm going to go ahead and select locked and confirm start permadeath. This is how you start a permadeath. You start it on the most hardest setting you want, and you lock it and start. Now, with the permadeath set this way, it will guarantee that you have no interference whatsoever with your own settings, so there's no way for you to cheat. And you kind of stay where you're at where it comes to how you're building. Now, you kind of can go anywhere you want, any galaxy. There is roughly about 3 million or billion or whatever solar systems in this game. Galaxy wise, there is it would be 256 galaxies, so that is a very big open world server, I guess you could say. 256 meaning that you have the contact level is very low depending on how far players go when it comes to exploring. Now, most players are usually an exclude, and maybe 2 or 3 or 4 galaxies over, no more than 10. So within 10 galaxies, you'll for sure find players. But with galaxies, is that there are 256 galaxies, and each one contains 3 to 4 billion solar systems, which means that depending on where you spawn and exclude, you're 3 to 4 billion stars somewhere in the system. So, and that's just in one galaxy. 3 to 4 billion solar systems in one galaxy. So an exclude, you're somewhere between that number, and your player encounter level in real time is going to be very low. Now, you will still find real players in real time. You can wander the universe, you can stumble upon their discoveries, stuff like that. But you will only come in contact with players mainly in the anomaly, and mainly if you're heading to what is known as player hubs. Players have created their own hubs. There are quite a few of them out there that you can find, and you can even get on Google and get the locations to them and head to them yourself if you want. But note that with players comes with this, your second set of difficulty. Now, you have allow base parts, stuff like that. I suggest setting that to friends or group. You have PvP, which is anyone. That is up to you. PvP can be very dangerous to have on if you are new and you don't have a weapon and you don't have any way to, protect yourself in this game. Group players, usually you want to set your group type for can add base parts to friend only. Delete base parts, I would usually set to no one, or group friends, however you want to do it. You have ship marker. If you set that to off or none, you will have an off the radar setup. So basically, people can't see you. You can enter a server of 1,000 players, let's say, and you can run around off the radar. Problem with this is you sneak up on someone off the radar, they may turn around and blast you because they don't know whether or not what your intentions are, and they're going to see you as a player, at least a figure. The problem with that is you definitely don't want to do that. If you're going to be in a big player server, you want to at least have one of your markers turned on. I suggest having them both on if you're in a big server of about 100 to 1,000 players, because the last thing you want to do is have somebody blast you because you turn them off. You can set them to no one when you're playing by yourself, so if someone does enter your system, let's say you're AFK, you're in your base, or you're just in your ship, you don't want them swooping down and destroying you while you're in your pause menu, because your pause menu can go from non-real time to real time, which means that you can go from being paused to being unpaused in real time with the game running and a player being able to destroy you. So just keep that in mind. Hey, thanks for watching. Like or subscribe. Let me know if y'all enjoyed. If y'all turned on y'all's tutorial, let me know. I'm kind of curious for those that did. I hope you enjoyed the game, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. The tutorial can be a little confusing. If you turn the tutorial off, you just have everything preset for you, and just get the start up and go. But the tutorial does explain the encounter of the game. I hope that's everything for y'all. Like or subscribe. Let me know if y'all enjoyed this, and I will see y'all next time. Later.